My family was Mormon, and my dad left the church when I was 4 years old. We eventually moved to a new town when I was going into first grade. I realized my dad was going to a different church, and so I wanted to try it. So I went to that church a little bit. Most of the time I would go to a children's ministry, and I would learn about God there. And their God was completely different from the God I learned about. And I started learning new things and thinking, this is different, and I kind of like, this makes more sense. And so everyone there was very kind and loving and never gave up on my family and were just praying for us all. And eventually I just fully went to that church because I felt that it was right. My mom didn't really like the idea of me going to the Christian church with my dad. But I talked to my dad and I told him that I felt God at this church. And God was the center of everything. And in the Mormon church, they didn't teach that. They taught that everything was based on works. And that didn't feel right at all. My mom eventually started going to the Christian church to support my dad and realized that it was right at this church. My mom and I got baptized a year after we started going to the church. My brothers weren't quite ready to get baptized because they were all torn. But I felt like I was really in need of getting baptized, and so was my mom. It was in a lake, and my pastor baptized me. And as soon as I came out of the water, I felt new and loved and free. All of these amazing spiritual things that I have never experienced before. A couple years after I got baptized, I found out that we were moving, and that really hit me hard, and I was not ready to move. I had great friends, and I just couldn't bear it, and of course I couldn't stop it, so I came here, and I met wonderful, wonderful people, great friends, better than I've ever had before, that support me and love me, and I love them as well. Youth group is probably one of my favorite places to be, with Marty, the funniest person I've ever met, and just my great friends I can always depend on. God is everywhere here, and I thought that I wouldn't want to be here, and I realized that that was a mistake because it is great up here, and I love waking up every morning to forests around me and knowing that I can see my friends soon, and knowing that no matter how hard it is, my family's always there for me. My feelings about Jesus have grown stronger when I moved here because I met great people who taught me about God and showed me what their love was, and I just grew stronger in what love was and how I was loved by God, because God showed his love through all the people here. I'm just very thankful for God moving our family to the Christian church to learn about his love and what he's done for us, like dying on the cross, which is amazing to think about and how grateful we are about it. And I don't think our family can ever leave.